So Arsenal goals a bit like London buses. You wait 2 games for one and then 6 come along at once. This is the West Bromwich Albion versus Arsenal Carabao Cup match review. Hello, my name is Richard. Welcome back to my channel. Over and over again, the Arsenal podcast. In this video, I'm going to look back at last night's superb 6-0 victory here at the Hawthorns against West Bromwich Albion in the second round of the Carabao Cup. Just before I get into all that, I want to make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. If you do enjoy what I do, please click on the subscribe button. It does help the channel to grow. Please give this video a like if you enjoy it. Share the content around. And if you've got any comments at all to make about the game last night, some of those great goals as well. Fantastic stuff, wasn't it? Please drop your comments in the box below, as I do love to hear from you guys as well. So in terms of the team lineup, then it was a little bit of a strange, imbalanced side, I felt. The defence was probably one of the worst Arsenal defences I can remember in a long, long time. And, you know, we did have some real quality in the attacking end of the pitch. So a little bit of a strange lineup in many ways. It was good to see Aaron Ramsdale get his debut in goal, and he would go on to have a great game, which we'll come on to a little bit later. So the back four in front of him, though, really did cause for concern, wasn't it? Callum Chambers at right back, the 2 centre-backs, Rob Holding and Sead Kolasinac. I mean, Sead Kolasinac supposed to be wanting to get out of the club. Why he's getting a start in a game like this, I don't know. There were other options, wasn't there? Chambers could have played centre-back with maybe Maitland-Niles at right-back. So I was a bit surprised to see Kolasinac in the starting lineup, particularly as a centre-back as well. And, of course, at left-back was young Nuno Tavares, of course, making his first start for the club following his summer transfer from Benfica. So that was the back four. Certainly sent a few chills down the spine, didn't it, that defence. The midfield didn't really give us much hope either, did it? The Mohamed El Neni and Granit Xhaka partnership has never really worked before, and it didn't really fill us with a lot of confidence in this game either. But ahead of them, the front four did ooze quality, didn't it? It was great to see Martin Ødegaard getting his second debut for the club following his permanent move. He was playing in number 10 position. We had Bukayo Saka on the left, Nicolas Pepe on the right, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang back and fit through the centre. So certainly the attacking end of the pitch was going to be where this game was going to be won for us. But with that defence, you wouldn't have been surprised if we had certainly conceded a few goals. As for West Brom, they changed all 11 players from the weekend's victory over Blackburn in the Championship. Of course, they're unbeaten in the league so far this season, top of their division. It was actually 6 debutants they gave as well. So a very second string West Brom side. But as we've seen in the past in cup games, anything can happen. So it certainly wasn't going to be a given that we was going to win this game. I mean, where can we start, really? I mean, in the end, it turned out to be a really comfortable victory, some great goals from Arsenal, and overall a solid enough performance. But we are very much a side that plays well when the pressure's off. In the first half of this game, certainly the first 15, 20 minutes, West Brom put us under quite a lot of pressure. There was a good early save, actually, from Aaron Ramsdale on his debut, would have given him a lot of confidence as well, as it was in front of the away fans behind that goal. And West Brom looked dangerous, actually. They were aggressive. They were closing us down quickly, and we never really got going. But we did get the boost of the goal, the first goal of the season after 17 minutes. So it's nearly 200 minutes into the season before we scored our first goal. And it was a good goal as well. Bukayo Saka did really well on the edge of the box, got past a couple of challenges, got a good shot away. The West Brom goalkeeper could only push it out. And there, where you want him to be, was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang inside the 6-yard box to tap home the rebound. And that's where he's maybe been lacking last season. He wasn't getting into those positions often enough. And as Ian Wright's always said, if you're in front of the goal, that's when you're going to score. And he managed to get a nice, easy finish. But even that goal didn't really settle us down, did it? The rest of the first half, you know, West Brom came back at us. We never really got going in a passing sense. And it was quite a frustrating time of it. But then just before half-time, we got 2 goals in a minute, and that just killed the game off. The second goal, actually, was good work from El Neni initially, with a great ball through to Nicolas Pepe on the right-hand side. Burst into the penalty area. He could have maybe squared to Aubameyang. Instead, he had a shot. He beat the goalkeeper, came back off the post. But then again, there was Aubameyang again to finish things off. A nice, easy tap-in for him again. So 2 tap-ins for him, and that's going to really boost his confidence. And also, as well, it's going to boost his goal tally for the season, if he gets himself into those positions, he may well score 10 more goals than he did last season. Then almost straight away, we got another goal. It looked as though Aubameyang was going to get a quick fire hat-trick, actually. Saka did well again, played him through, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He tried to dink it over him, but the keeper read it well, got a hand to it. But Aubameyang followed it up and played the ball across the 6-yard box for Nicolas Pepe coming in to slide the ball home to make it 3-0. And that basically killed the game. In the second half, West Brom's heads went down. They looked tired as well. There were spaces all over the place. And that was when we were able to take control and play some really good football. This is the sort of football that you want us to play when the pressure's on, in big games when it's 0-0. If we do that, we've got a great chance of winning a lot more games of football. The second half was impressive, wasn't it? We got an early goal again to make it 4-0, probably the best goal of the night in many ways. Saka played a lovely 1-2 with Ødegaard, lovely little flick back into his path, and a great finish from Star Boy into the far corner with his right foot, right in front of the away fans as well. Brilliant moment for him, brilliant moment for Arsenal, and that was 4-0, and that was it, game over. In the end, it was just a matter of how many goals we would score. The biggest ever away win in the history of the club was 7-0 in Standard Liège back in 1993, and for a while it looked as though we may go on and beat that. Actually, we did get a fifth goal. Again, it was a great goal as well, good counter-attacking play it was. Maitland-Niles, who had just come on for Martin Ødegaard, played the ball through to Aubameyang on that left-hand side, and he does what he's made a habit of doing over the years, cutting in on his right foot, curling the ball into the top corner. A great way to complete his hat-trick, get his season well and truly up and running. A little while after that, Lacazette came on, and almost with his first touch, he got his goal as well. It was Pepe this time, made it with a cross from the right, pulled the ball back to the penalty spot. Lacazette arrived to smash a first-time shot into the corner, and that made it 6-0, and there was still more than 20 minutes left to get more goals. But in the end, we had to settle for the 6. It was nice to see Arsenal playing some great football in that second half, but with the pressure off, it did become rather easy. West Brom were all over the place, a lot of debutants, a lot of young players, inexperienced side, so we can't read too much into it. But it was nice to see. It's just now the sort of form that we need to take more into the Premier League games, playing with that freedom. We let the handbrake off, didn't we, in that second half, and it was great to see. We just need to be doing it a lot more now, and let's hope Mikel Arteta can instill that in the players in the next few weeks. Well, I mean, man of the match, there's one or two really strong candidates in this game, isn't there? Aaron Ramsdale in goal, what a debut he had. He maybe had to make a few more saves than maybe he was anticipating, although with the defence in front of him, that wasn't a total surprise, was it? But he made 3 or 4 really good saves, a couple with his legs as well. He was really comfortable on the ball, playing it out from the back. He looks to be a really good goalkeeper. Yes, it's difficult to judge with this opposition, but you can only deal with what's in front of you, and that was a very, very solid debut. Deservedly got his clean sheet. Really impressive performance from Ramsdale, and I'm sure he's going to become the number 1 goalkeeper at the club before the end of this season. As for the defence, well, we kind of got what we expected from him. Chambers was okay at right back, wasn't he? Didn't really get forward as much as he would have probably have liked. Defensively, he struggled a little bit in the first half. Then he wasn't put under any pressure whatsoever. The same with the 2 centre backs, Rob Holding and Kolasinac. I mean, what a partnership that is. In the end, Kolasinac actually did okay, seeing as he's not played much for the club for a long time, and he's probably going to be leaving. Rob Holding was Rob Holding, really, wasn't he? He was okay in the physical challenges, but sometimes his concentration goes, his distribution isn't great. But we're able to get away with it against this opposition. It was interesting to see Nuno, wasn't it, at left back. Looks very raw, almost like sometimes his brain's working faster than his feet. He covers a lot of ground quickly, but then he's not really sure what to do with the ball. He fell over his own feet a few times, gave away some sloppy passes, but there's no doubt he's got a lot of enthusiasm, he's got a lot of pace, and I think he will be a very useful member of the squad. The 2 in midfield actually did okay, didn't he? Granit Xhaka was looking to play the ball forward at every opportunity, some lovely long balls over the top. They didn't always come off, but when they did, it was effective, and maybe he needs to start doing that a little bit more, getting the ball forward a lot quicker. El Neni was just El Neni, wasn't he? He worked hard, ran around a lot, gave the ball away a few times, but also produced some great passes, one in particular for the second goal that put Nicolas Pepe in. So not a bad performance from El Neni, but obviously in the Premier League we wouldn't really want to see those two playing together very often. But of course all the star performers really were in the front 4, wasn't they? And Nicolas Pepe on the right, he did get his goal. He missed 1 or 2 other good chances as well. A little bit of a typical Pepe performance, showed a lot of quality at times, and other times he just drifted out of the game. But overall, he had a big impact, didn't he? A goal and assist as well. So you've got to be happy with his performance. Martin Ødegaard in the number 10 position you can see his quality that he showed last season. He maybe looks a little bit off the pace at times. Maybe he's not quite 100% match fit yet, but he showed some lovely quality, didn't he? That little back heel for the fourth goal for Saka was exquisite, wasn't it? So you can see he's going to bring some quality to the team. So it's great to see him back in the side as well. And of course, on the left, Bukayo Saka had a great game, didn't he? He was involved in several of the goals, got one himself, really back to his best. He looked a little bit off the pace, didn't he, against Chelsea, but an extra few days training, and now he's got these minutes in his legs. He's looking back to his best. A really good performance that was from our star boy Bukayo Saka. But the man of the match, of course, can only go to one player in this game, can't it? The hat-trick hero, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's had a difficult time of it, hasn't he, for the last year or so? Not really been as sharp as we would have liked him to be, but he certainly was very sharp in this game, wasn't he? Yes, two simple tappings, you could say, but he was in those right places to finish them off, where he hasn't been doing that, has he, for the last year or so. And of course, that third goal, his trademark goal, cutting in from the left. I mean, he looked hungry, he showed desire, and he was sharp in taking his chances as well. So that's really good to see. He's going to have stronger tests in the Premier League against some better defences, but goal scoring is all about confidence, isn't it? And this hat-trick last night is going to give him massive confidence going ahead in the season. Hopefully, we can now enjoy a really good season from Aubameyang, and that's going to make a massive difference to the results, isn't it? So the man of the match last night has to go to hat-trick hero Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I think it's important that we don't get too excited about this victory, very good as it was. West Brom clearly were not at the races in the second half in particular. And as I said, we do seem to be able to play good football when there's no pressure on. We need to be able to reproduce this type of football in the big moments, in big games in the Premier League. And if we can do that on a more consistent basis, I don't think anybody will have too many complaints. You can see that we've got some talented players. You can see that maybe Arteta's style of football can work in certain times, but we're not doing it on a consistently enough basis. And we're also not doing it when the pressure's on. It's going to be an interesting test on Saturday, isn't it, at Manchester City? If we can start to play some of this football against some of the big teams and it comes off, then I think we'll all get behind the process, if you like. We'll all get behind Mikel Arteta and what he's trying to do. This has set the benchmark maybe in a lot of ways for what these guys are capable of, especially the attacking players that we've got. Yes, we're going to have a stronger defence and midfield, hopefully, for the Premier League games, but with these attacking players and some that we're missing as well, I think maybe now we've got a little bit more confidence in what this team can do. Maybe they've got a bit more confidence as well, and hopefully we can see our season quickly turn around. So that's my review there of last night's 6-0 victory against West Bromwich Albion. It's not often we score 6 goals the first time. We've scored more than 4 in a game, actually, under Mikel Arteta. Let's hope it's the start of better things to come. If you have enjoyed this video, you do enjoy the work I do on this channel, please think about subscribing to the channel. Maybe check out some of the other videos as well. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. Please share the content around and drop your comments in the box as well, what you made of the performance last night. I think it's important that we do keep our feet on the ground. It was only West Bromwich Albion's B team, essentially, a lot of debutants for them, but you can only beat what's in front of you. We did the job in a professional way and also an exciting way, especially in the second half, some good football and some good goals. So let me know your thoughts in the comments as well, and I will try to reply to as many of you as I can. Coming up on the channel, and I will be doing a preview of the Manchester City game coming up probably tomorrow. I'm still trying to get a Man City fan on, see if we can get a live show to put together for Friday. I will be doing a watch along, of course, of the Manchester City game on Saturday lunchtime as well, so please stay tuned for that. And then there'll be a review video going out on Monday, or we'll then be looking ahead to next week, of course, an international break, so there's no game to look forward to, but I'll be doing some other stuff on the channel, get some new guests to come on as well, try a few different things over the international break before we're back, of course, for the game against Norwich on the 11th of September. So loads coming up on the channel, so I say please like, share and subscribe. Please drop your comments in the box, and of course, in the meantime, following this fantastic victory last night, great to see, wasn't it? 6-0 away from home. It's not often that happens, is it? Our biggest away win ever in this competition. Gunners, come on, 6-0.